Hey guys, it's international speaker and best-selling author Daniel Bissonnette. Now in this video, I'd like to share with you how I wrote my first book at 10 years old. It all started in preschool. See, my parents raised me on a whole food, plant-based, and organic diet, and I thought everyone ate like that. Until I went to school. And for 6 years of my school life, I was bullied because I ate different, and I learned that my opinions would only get me in more trouble. But then in grade 3, my teacher asked me to give a presentation in front of the class about my diet. Now, this was exactly what I wanted to avoid. But I thought about it for a bit, and I realized that if I help just one kid eat healthier with my talk, then it will be worth it. And if I don't, well, I mean, it can't get any worse, right? So I did the presentation, and I really wasn't expecting much to happen. But to my surprise, kids started trashing their junk, switching to organic food, asking me to read the label. They were looking for the organic symbol on food. It was incredible. Because for the first time in 6 years, I felt like my opinion mattered. And after my first public presentation at a global rally, it went viral, becoming the most viewed video on YouTube for that event, which was held in over 450 different cities around the globe with over 2 million attendees. I knew I was onto something. And ever since then, I've been a speaker, so it's been over 6 years now. But let's get back to the origin story of Daniel's Breakfast Burst. So I was speaking all around Canada, and after my talks, people would be amazed at my memory and my understanding of complex science at such a young age. And I would get so many questions on what do I do for memory? What are my tips for better memory? And it got to the point where I'm like, I gotta start talking about this. So I started giving presentations around the world, teaching people how they can boost their memory, focus, and concentration. But after the talk, people would go, well, what do I do? People really needed something practical. So I figured, why don't I make it super easy? And I developed Daniel's Breakfast Burst, where I put together over an entire month of breakfast recipes that have the right foods combined correctly at the right time to boost your brain power, memory, and even your IQ. So let's dive deep into that, shall we? So, the right foods. These are foods that are proven to boost your brain power, whether it's boosting blood flow to the brain or giving your brain energy, or the building blocks for your brain, like omega-3 or DHA specifically. Then we get into the right combinations. When you combine certain foods correctly, your body will absorb more nutrients. So not only do you get the best bang for your buck, but you're actually getting quality nutrients out of your food. Because oftentimes we're eating food and it just goes right through us. A lot of nutrients are fat soluble, so when you add good quality fats into your recipes, you're not only giving your brain fuel, but you're also allowing your body to absorb more of these really key nutrients. And then we get into the right time. Now, the right time is the perfect time to have the most nutritious meal, and that is breakfast. See, out of the 3 meals, breakfast is the most important, because it is the time when your body is primed to absorb the most nutrients out of your food, because you've been fasting for 8 or 12 hours, or depending on how long you sleep. And so this is really revolutionary. And the problem is most people skip breakfast completely with intermittent fasting. But even Dr. McCullough now recommends you skip dinner, and they've done multiple studies showing that if you want to lose weight, have a bigger breakfast. Because if you have a big breakfast, you're less likely to overeat at dinner time. And after having these recipes in the morning for breakfast, you're going to have an amazing level of mental clarity. Because if your brain doesn't have the right building blocks or the right fuel, it's a lot harder to perform. And with all the nutrients keeping you satiated for over 5 hours, you're going to rock the day. Now, my favorite part about these recipes is that they'll take 5 minutes or less to make, so it's super convenient and yet it's super effective. Daniel's Breakfast Burst contains over an entire month of breakfast recipes. If you'd like to get your copy, then click the link in the description below, or if you're watching this on the website, click the Buy Now button.